What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today, the 19th of December, Friday, end of another trading week, and this is the third week of the month. Pretty much going into Christmas next week. Let's go over the price action today on Nasdaq 100. Not too long at home from work, and I decided to just try to put out this video. So let's go right into the price action. I didn't take any trades today. Wasn't able to take any trades because I decided I'm not going to trade at work anymore. So I'm going to just wait and see what we get when I'm free or when I get to wake up for London session. So currently, this is what the day look like today. So we had this big buy up, not much of a manipulation. We just opened and we took out the previous daily high, previous and the previous day's high as well. So this was Thursday's high, this was Wednesday's high, and we almost closed at the high of the week. So this week candle have a little bit of a week on it here from where we opened on Sunday night, Monday. So flip the weekly candle bullish, and that is a good thing. We opened this new day opening gap right here. Don't know if we're coming back to fill it. I didn't like the fact that we left these equal lows down here and also pretty much induced this one, but seems like we want to go higher. So this could be the low of this month. We only have a few trading days left inside of this year, so expecting possibly if we're going to get that Santa Claus rally at least probably back up to here. I don't know. Today was quite bullish from the price action that I'm seeing. From the high to the low, or from the low to the high, this was over 380 points. So this was a lot of buy, and we close at the extreme tip. So there's a chance that we'll open with a gap up going into next week. We have 4 trading days next week. So that is it on the daily time frame. This is what it looks like on the 4 hour. So opened. This is what the weekly candle looks like, a bit clearer. The daily profile looks like this. So I'm not going to bother mess with this indicator, you know. So we came down, and I'm looking at this now. We couldn't close below the 50% of this demand level, this demand OB, and we're pushing all the way up. We're pushing all the way up. So weekly candle Wednesday formed the low of the week, and this is what we did, expanded to the upside, and I think that is pretty much the case right across the board on all these indices. Let me look at that. Was US 500, let me see US 30. Yeah, man, so pretty much all of them, and we traded down into equilibrium. So this was a good place to buy from. Wish I had held some of the buys that I took yesterday. You know, these would have played out and paid off pretty nice, and would have been a great swing trade going higher, but you know, it is what it is. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is what we look like. The 1 hour time frame. So this is where we opened, traded back down into the gap that we created instantly, and then we just started going up for the entirety of the day. So right into Asia, going into London, a little bit of a pullback manipulation on the midnight open, and we went up in London again. A small pullback creating the liquidity here on say the 1 hour time frame. So we had this high here and this high here and also this one. So those highs were created and then we ran them. During New York, we think we traded back down into this and then we expanded like that. So pretty decent buy up that we had there. Let me show you now some of the opportunities that we could have got some trades on today. No executions to show because I didn't take any trades today. So the account is remaining the same place that I closed out at yesterday. So no more trades. Week ended, and that's what we did right there. So this is now. Let me see. Let me see how this looks. So was a great buy up in the morning, and then we just consolidated for the rest of the day. Interesting. Look at the 5 minutes. So let me go to trading view now. So looking at this price action, Asia is pretty much sideways until we got into the greater part. So all of this was sideways movement before we finally broke out. A little bit of an entry there inside a macro zone, and we had another one here. So this was a nice one. We had another one here in London. This is pretty much sideways, not so tradable. So the first proper entry, which pretty much from the low, was here. Outside of this, you could have just take a buy, I guess, but with no clear direction, I don't know if we were going to continue selling off because these highs now are left exposed down here, and these could get run sometime, but this looks like we're going to continue up higher this time. So we had this high, we had this low being created, and inside this macro we had a decent buy. So right at London open, at this first buy came back down to retest, and we had a nice little push off again, and that was the major part of London session. Sideways movement, some little short scalps. We came back down, tested this fair value gap order block. This would have been like a 15-minute zone. Yeah, 15-minute order block. Looking at the chart to the left here, and we trickle back down. I think I took a buy on another account that I'm just testing on. Um, Yeah, another account, and it went into profit before I got stopped, break even, and then price ran. So I took that trade somewhere around here. I think it was right here. Went into profit, came back down, and we just consolidated. Came back down. It stopped me out, I think, here because the entry was a bit late. Stops were below here until I went break even. So that was it. We came down. Could have caught a sell, but I left for work right around 7. We came all the way back down, and this macro in the morning, right around 8, so 7:50 to 8:10 macro gave us a pretty decent buy up. Also, we got an entry inside this one at around 9 a.m. So 8:50 to 9:10 macro. That's why I tell you guys, like when we have trending markets, when the market breaks out and forms a low of the day in the early morning, that's what normally tends to happen. Like almost all of these macro. This is a fully trending because sometimes we have that London also buys and New York just continues with the buy program. But however, this would have been a decent entry here, another one here, and a little bit of a pullback here. I don't remember if we have any news on the calendar for here before we ran to the upside. So as soon as 9:30 came, we just ran up. Looking at this, the 4 hour candle had a bit of a, let me see, a bit of a manipulation here. So the main 4 hour candle of the day formed the low here. So I think the 4 hour candle opened right here, because this 4 hour candle opened somewhere up here. This just looks a bit weird now. Trying to align it, but nevertheless, this candle opened right here on 10 a.m. We traded back down, came all the way back down, and this would have been the low inside this 4 hour candle right around here before we came all the way back up. So this liquidity injection at the 9:30 open, we came back down to fill it, and we used this demand level as a nice little buy zone. So 11 a.m. we could have gotten a buy entry. Lunchtime we could have gotten a buy entry using this rejection block here, and we just ran to the upside. We came back down, and the PM session pretty much just consolidated, traded sideways until the end. And it's a Friday, so not expecting much. So the lunchtime didn't really do much continuation up higher. By the time we get to PM, that was it. So that was really the move for today. Some decent trades could have been caught if you were patient and on the charts for the whole day, but outside of that, pretty decent day. So that is really it for this video, guys. I will catch you guys next week for another one on this series. So until next time, enjoy the weekend. Peace.